Hi students, in this video, let's discuss the second DS question which is part of the GMAT Quantitative Review 2021. Remember to subscribe to this channel and write in the comments below I subscribed and I'll personally reply to you. Do let me know if you face any difficulties in your studies. Let's get started. In this question, we have to find out whether x is greater than y or not. Remember, this is a yes or no type data sufficiency question and the given data at any point would be sufficient if we can definitely say yes or definitely say no. Alright, now the first statement says that x plus y is greater than x minus y. Now is this sufficient? Let's check. Now I can subtract x from the left hand side and the right hand side, right? Now if I do that, you will see that I get y on the left hand side and I get minus y over here, right? This x and this minus x cancel out and the same happens over here. So I am left with y greater than minus y, right? Now if y is greater than minus y, what does this mean? It means that y is positive, right? For example, 2 is greater than minus 2, but it does not give me any information about x. Now let's keep trying to make any changes and just play with this to see whether we can get some information about x. Now what will happen if I subtract y from both the left hand side and the right hand side? So over here these two cancel out and over here I have minus y which results in minus 2y, right? So I get x over here and I get x minus 2y over here. So x is greater than x minus 2y. Again you have x over here and x over here, they would cancel out and you again just get that y is a value greater than 0, which is what we got before also, right? A value greater than 0 is positive. So we are not getting any extra information about x. So what did we do over here? We were just playing around to see whether we can get some more information because we need to know some information about x also to arrive at a conclusion to the question, right? Alright, so you can see that from statement 1 alone, we can just find that y is positive. We cannot know anything about x, right? So statement 1 alone is clearly not sufficient. I could take x as a positive value or a negative value, a positive value which is greater than y or a positive value less than y. So all types of possibilities are there. So statement 1 alone is clearly not sufficient. What about statement 2? It says that 3x is greater than 2y. Alright, now can I say x is greater than y using this information? I cannot, right? I can just know that x is greater than 2 by 3 of y, right? Now, if I divide both the sides with 3, I get x over here and I get 2 by 3 y over here. And because 3 is a positive value, I can do that maintaining the inequality as it is, right? So I get x is greater than 2 by 3 y. I don't get any further information. Now, this is not enough to find out whether x is greater than y, right? Now you can have different types of cases. Let's say y is equal to 12, all right? So 2 by 3 into 12, what would that be? This is just an example, all right? So 2 by 3 into 12 gives you 8. Now x can be greater than 8, right? So y over here is 12, right? Let's say I take the value of x as 9. So I get 9 is greater than 2 by 3 into 12, which is 8, which is what we got over here. But if I take the value of x as say 20, right? So 20 is also greater than 2 by 3 into 12, right? So, but you can see that in this case, x is not greater than y because y is 12. But in this case, x is greater than y because y is 12 and x is 20. So you cannot say whether x is greater than y just by knowing that x is greater than 2 by 3 of y. So statement 2 alone is also clearly not sufficient. Alright, now if you combine the information given in statement 1 and 2, then also you can see that you're not getting anything extra, right? You just know that y is a positive value and from statement 2 you know that x is greater than 2 by 3y, but you cannot establish whether x is greater than y or not. You're not getting any extra information which can solve this thing, right? This question over here. Therefore, statement 1 and 2 together is also not sufficient and therefore the answer to this question is option E. That is statement 1 and 2 together is not sufficient. Alright, now we have learned how to do this question. Now to solidify our understanding, let's go ahead and make a similar question on our own, right? So we are getting into the mindset of the examiner and we try to create a question. Alright, so this will help you really learn this concept. Now, let's say the question is A greater than B? All right. Now, one statement that I'm creating for myself is that 10A is greater than 9B, right? I could have taken anything over here. If I just take, say, 5A is greater than 3B, anything, just that this value over here is greater than this value over here. Now, from 10A greater than 9B, we know I can just find that A is greater than 9 by 10B, right? So I cannot know whether A is greater than B or not based on the same logic that we saw before, right? So when you create a question, you can write 10A greater than 9B, or you can say 2A greater than B, anything works. All right. Now, the second statement, let's take it as A minus B is less than A. All right. So what is the thought process behind creating this second statement? It is that B is a positive value, right? Now, in the number line, if you subtract a positive value, you always go less, right? You always move towards the left hand side. Let's say this is the number line. Now that's the visual representation. You can also just plug in some numbers and identify the pattern. Now, if A is a positive value, that means A is somewhere over here, or if A is a negative value, or if A is 0. In any case, if you subtract a positive value from A, you will just go towards the left. That is, A minus B will always be less than A if B is a positive value. All right. So that's the thought process. I'm just converting this thought process into an inequality when I say that A minus B is less than A. So from statement 2 alone, all you can find out is B is positive. So basically the information B is positive is encoded in the form A minus B is less than A. You can also think of it like this. If I subtract A from both the sides, I will get minus B less than 0, right? So if minus B is less than 0, B is greater than 0, right? Or B is positive. So that's the same thing that we have over here. Now, using statement 1 alone, clearly it is not sufficient because we can just find that A is greater than 9 by 10B. We don't know whether A is greater than B or not, right? So you can create a scenario where A is greater than B, and you can create a scenario where A is not greater than B, keeping A greater than 9 by 10B always true, right? We have already seen the same thing in the previous question also. So statement 1 alone is not sufficient, and statement 2 alone is also not sufficient, because using statement 2 alone, you will just get that B is a positive value. You won't get a comparative analysis between A and B. Alright, now statement 1 and 2 together will also be not sufficient, because again, when you use these two pieces of information, still you cannot establish whether A is greater than B or not, right? Because using statement 1, we just know A is greater than 9 by 10B. Using statement 2, we just know that B is positive. So when you combine both these pieces of information, yes, you can know that A is also positive, B is also positive, and A is greater than 9 by 10B. But still, you cannot establish whether A is greater than B or not. Therefore, the correct answer to this question is option E. I hope you have enjoyed this video and you have learned something nice in this video. You will never forget these type of questions, right? If you make a question on your own. So go ahead and make one more question on your own. All the best in your preparation, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel and hit the bell icon. All the best.